up, guys? It's your boy, the man, the myth, the legend, Pickdroppers, back at it again with an NFL post-game thoughts video. In this video, I'm going to be going over my thoughts on the divisional round matchup games. Now, I wanted to see what would happen if Dallas would have won and played Atlanta in the conference championship. So I played against my friend Tyrone. He is the Atlanta Falcons, and I am the Dallas Cowboys. And I really wanted to see what would happen, and so you guys will see what would happen. At least this is Madden, so it's probably not even close to right. But, I just wanted to see what would happen. Now, definitely the slate of divisional round matchup games were much more interesting than the wild card, especially the last two games. Those definitely did not disappoint. The first two, as you guys know, I picked Seattle to actually beat Atlanta, and I was definitely surprised Atlanta won. Ryan definitely showed that he's a clutch quarterback, and he's finally looking like one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL. He had a great game. He had a great game even without throwing to Julio very much, and he threw for almost 400 yards, I believe 3 touchdowns, and just props to him just playing a really good game. And Seattle's defense was just not able to slow Atlanta down, and they weren't able to score enough points on offense. And that momentum shifter when Devin Hester returned the punt for like 70 to 75 yards, but it called back because of like a holding penalty or something, was definitely a huge momentum shift in the game, and might have been the reason why Seattle kind of lost, because it was looking great for them at that point. Now, the next game I'm not going to talk about too much. That was Houston versus New England. Now, of course, I guessed this. It was obvious that Houston was going to lose and that New England won, or was going to win. But what I definitely found interesting is that Tom Brady did not look very good for the first 2 quarters or so. Maybe even 2.5 quarters you can make an argument for. And he just played really bad. I don't know what was into him. He just did not have a good game. And it was definitely very interesting to see that. And it's definitely going to be a very interesting game that they're going to play against the Steelers. Now, something huge for the Patriots that has plagued them for years is special teams play. Whether that be fumbles or anything like that that happens on the kickoff or punt returns or anything on special teams, punts, kicks. Anything like that, usually something always happens bad against the Patriots. And in that game against Houston, they actually did really well on special teams. They got a kick return touchdown by Dion Lewis, and they just had some really good plays. And definitely props to New England. They played a really good game. It was definitely a fun game to watch. Not as fun as the other games, but definitely a pretty fun game to watch. Now, the next game I want to talk about is the Dallas-Green Bay game. Now, that game was definitely very interesting. Dallas, on one hand, easily one of the top teams in the regular season, going in playing Green Bay, who has one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL this year, and arguably the best. And Aaron Rodgers just played like one of the best playoff games he could have, and that was enough to beat Dallas. And Dallas just didn't look very good on defense. They looked pretty much horrible on defense, and their offense wasn't able to get it going until it was like 21-3, which you're going to need to do better than that, especially in the playoffs. Dak's inexperience definitely did not help him. He did not have a bad game. He actually had a pretty good game, but he did not have a great game that his team needed to be able to get the win. And they were just unlucky at the very end. Mason Crosby hitting those last 2 field goals. You could definitely make a case if he missed the first one that Dallas would have just milked the clock out and they would have gotten the field goal and they would have won that game. It's definitely a case you could have made, but that did not happen, and Dallas is out of the playoffs. Now, the last game I want to talk about is the Pittsburgh Steelers versus Kansas City game. Now, I am very happy with how that game ended and how that game looked. The Steelers played lights-out defense. One of the best defensive performances I've seen in the past 3, 4, 5 years, maybe even, from the Steelers defense. And then in the last 3 playoff games, in the first 3 quarters, the Steelers have allowed a total of I think it was 16 points. Versus Cincinnati, they let up 0 points in the first 3 quarters. Against Miami, they let up like 6 points in the first 3 quarters. And then against Kansas City, they let up 10 points in the first 3 quarters. So as a Steelers fan, that's definitely something I like to see, a defense that's actually performing. And our offense, we were only able to get field goals. Now, I'm actually fine with that because I feel like against the Patriots, we'll definitely be able to get into the end zone and get 7 points. Because especially against the Patriots, you cannot leave points on the board. And I'm definitely excited to see what is going to happen for this upcoming week. Steelers just outplayed Kansas City, though. And Kansas City's offense was just not able to get enough points on the board to be able to win that game. They had some costly penalties that definitely hurt them, and they were in a lot of 2nd and 3rd and longs, which definitely killed them. And that was one of the main reasons why they lost that game. But it's definitely going to be a very interesting conference championship week. I will be making a video tomorrow on who I think is going to win those games. Definitely very excited, especially as a Steelers fan, since we are in the game. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and write a comment down below on what you'd like to see next. It's your boy Pickdroppers, and I'm out. Peace!